Hey, it's Brett Gregory. I'm so excited to be here with you today. If you can see my screen and hear my voice, please go to the questions box and tell me that you can see me and hear me. If you can see my screen and hear my voice, please go to the questions box and tell me that you can see me and hear me. Also, we have a great program for you today. It's Brett Gregory. Oh, hey, Manette from the San Francisco Bay. It's a beautiful day. It's great. I'm glad it's a beautiful day up there. It's a beautiful day here in sunny San Diego, too. So if you can see my screen, hear my voice, just go on your right-hand side there, put in your, tell me that you can see me and hear me, and then tell us your city and country. What city and country are you tuning in from? Hey, Teresa from Vancouver. How you doing? Good to be here with you today. Excuse me while I take a quick sip of water. Hey, Robin from Seattle. So if you're just joining us, tell us what city and country you're tuning in from. Carol is from beautiful and hot in Ventura. Melissa's from Burbank. Saif is from Pakistan. Wow, cool, welcome. Natalie's from Hilton Head, and Cindy's from Appleton. Deirdre is from Melbourne. Monette is from San Leandro, USA. David is in Denver. Krista's in Toledo, and Kathy's from Seattle. Awesome. Tell us, what is your biggest challenge right now finding your customers on Facebook? What is your biggest challenge finding your customers on Facebook? I got to give a little shout out to a few more people. Nofia's from Jerusalem. Welcome. Lisa's from California. Maha's from Vancouver. We saw Alan from Sacramento. George is from Vegas. And wow, you guys are moving fast here, almost too fast for me. So tell us, what is your #1 challenge that you're having finding your customers on Facebook? And I'm going to walk you through some really cool exercises on how to go about laser targeting your customers on Facebook. So Carol says, finding readers and people to buy my books. We got Haley, welcome from New York City. Monette is being too nice and giving away too much free knowledge. Well, Monette, I'll show you how to take that free knowledge and turn it into customers. Debbie's from Cyprus. Haley, biggest challenge is standing out in a crowded field of romance writers. Awesome. Okay. What is your biggest challenge finding your customers? Because what we're going to do today is we're going to use Facebook's custom audience tool to find our customers. So what is your biggest challenge right now finding your customers on Facebook? Okay, so let's go and tune in here. So let me pull this open, take a sip of water while I'm at it. 1 second, please. All right, so now we're going to talk about how to use Facebook's Audience Insights tool so that you can advertise on Facebook only to your perfect customer. This is a really awesome tool. It's been around for a little while now, but every time I use it, I learn something new. I gain some new insights. And you know, no pun intended, it's called Audience Insights. And first off, how do you get to Audience Insights? Well, you can go to your Ads Manager. And if you can click on your Facebook Ads Manager, you see this drop down that says Audience Insights. I'll show you another way to get there if you can't find this. But where you go, you can start out with your Facebook Ads Manager. There's another way to get there in your Ads Manager and tool. So I'll show you that. But once you're there, it's going to give you a starting point. And for our purposes here, we're going to start with, they give you 3 choices. Just click the top one, everyone on Facebook. And you don't need to think any further than that. The next is it asks about location, age, and interest. And one of the mistakes that I see a lot of people make here when they start to use this tool is they'll start to look in their own backyard. Now, when I'm not in Costa Rica, I'm in the United States. And when I first got online, I never imagined in a million years that customers from all over the world, in fact, 53 countries, would want to purchase our programs. But that's exactly what's happened. In fact, you know, almost half of our sales are outside our home country, outside the US. And what I see a lot of times when people are looking for their audience is they just start out in you know, maybe their own city or their own backyard. And I want you to consider expanding your mind, expanding the possibilities that maybe people all over the world want to give you money. You have gifts and talents that people all over the world, you can share with them. And even if you provide services to people who are in your backyard, we have a lot of chiropractors, for example, who have we've helped with their marketing, and holistic health practitioners and like hands-on body workers who say, well, you know, I have to be physically present and in person with people, so how can I advertise to somebody halfway across the world? And there's a little bit of a deeper answer to that question, but what I want you to do is first expand your mind to the possibilities that people all over the world are looking for you right now, and they want to pay you, they're willing to pay you for your information. And we're going to use this tool to find them, okay? So start off with location, but don't just confine yourself to your neighborhood or your own home country. What I do is, the first thing I do is I go into interests, and you'll type in one page name or one type of interest that you think your customers like, and then you'll click. You have several choices here on this top row: demographic, page likes, location, and so on. Click on page likes, and what that's going to do is it's going to give us a list of suggestions that we can start to choose from. So I'll show you how to use this. It's really cool. There's another cool feature. Now this one is only for the US, sadly. I'm going to be interested when this gets adopted for other countries as well. It's showing household income. Now these are estimates. So, and Facebook has basically census data that they purchase, and they have estimates on household income, but again, it's only for the US. So for example, if you wanted to advertise to people who only made between $50,000 and $75,000 who live in the United States, you actually can do that, which is really cool. And so I'll show you how that works. But take a look at this example on the left-hand side. So now for this particular example, what I did is on the upper left-hand side, I focused on we did this as an exercise for one of our clients who helps women with weight loss. So helps women with their health and wellness. And so on the upper left-hand side, we put in women over the age of 40. And then we started typing in the interests. And I think the first interest we typed in, I think it was like women's health. I think it was Women's Health Magazine. And then we clicked on, and then we let Facebook give us a lot of other suggestions. And they gave us a ton of great suggestions. So some suggestions of, for example, if you're looking for women over 40 who like Women's Health Magazine, they might also like Whole Foods Market and the Dr. Oz Show and health and wellness and alternative medicine and body work and so on. And so we were able to select those other pages to get a greater reach of a very targeted audience. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this can work in a moment. So when I do these exercises, one of the things I do when I start out with the locations is I start out, these are our top 5 countries in terms of our sales. So 80% of our sales come from these 5 countries: Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and United States. So I usually start with those locations where our customers are in. If you don't have customers yet, don't worry about it. I still want you to have a broad idea, though, of where you're going to start with in creating your audience. And what I want you to do, the thing that's going to work best for you is if you commit to making 10 different audiences that you can advertise to. You're going to have the best chance of finding the right one. And I'm going to show you how easy this is. Okay, so we're going to do this as an exercise together. All right. First thing is I need a volunteer. So right now, if you would like my help, if you want me to just go through your niche, I want you to write down in the questions box what your niche is. Okay, and I'm just gonna go through them and select. So tell me what your niche is. Do you help women with health and wellness? Are you a relationship coach? Do you give dating advice? Tell me what your niche is specifically. Now, there's a lot of people on the webinar, so I can't do everyone. So I'm going to pick someone. But go ahead and tell me what your niche is, and then we're gonna go through and we're gonna do this exercise together. Okay, so we've got weight loss, historical romance writer, animal communication, party, entertainment, grieving, women over 40, personal finance for children, luxury and destination spas, health coach therapy, marketing to family law attorneys, massage therapy, inheritance. Be a little bit more specific, Barbara. Oh, wow, there's a lot coming in here. And the reason why I'm reading all of these out loud is I'm actually looking for something that won't work. And so far, I have not seen one. And so far, everything, whether it's pets, healthy gut, you help empty nesters transition with clarity and purpose, you're a book coach or a hot romance reader, every single one of you will be able to use this tool. Every single one. So I still haven't seen anybody that has a tool that cannot be used here at this point. But I did see quite a few nutrition. So Debbie, let me just start with Debbie. Debbie is nutrition, coaching, health, and supplements. So Debbie, do me a favor, please, and tell me a little bit more about your, Debbie, tell me a little bit more about your target market. Okay, so we're going to start there. So first thing is, you can see here, I'm in my Facebook Ads Manager account. So this is my Facebook Ads Manager account. You can see, we're spending about so a little less than $200 a day right now on our various ad campaigns, depending on what it is that they are. And when you get into your Facebook Ads Manager account, you can click on this Tools drop-down right here. And what I want you to do is go to Audience Insights. So it's right there, Audience Insights. So sometimes people ask, hey, how do you get there? Well, what you can do is you can click on your Facebook icon. So let me just, I want to open this in a new tab so that we have got my speed test there, making sure my broadband's working fast here. Okay, so what you can do here, in order to get to your ads manager, you can click on the Facebook icon right there, okay? Click on the Facebook ads icon, that takes you to your news feed. And then on the left-hand side, you can see here where it says Ads Manager. Okay, so I can click on Ads Manager. All right, so that's one way to get there. And then once you're in your Ads Manager, you click the Tools, this drop-down Tools, and it'll take you over to, oh, where did it go? Let me try this one more time. It'll take you over to Audience Insights. Okay, so here we are now with our Audience Insights. Okay, and so remember what I said is, you start with everyone on Facebook. Okay, so you just click here, everyone on Facebook. Okay, so Debbie, Debbie, tell me where, somebody says they still can't get to Audience Insights. Okay, so this can happen from time to time. So here's the thing, this is like the brute force way. If you didn't have any, if you can't find your Facebook ads manager, you can't find, the right place to go, you can literally just type this in, okay? So it's facebook.com/ads/audience_insights. I'm gonna put the link in the chat box there. So that will, if you literally just type that in, that will take you to your own Audience Insights, okay? Once you're there, so we're gonna do this, Debbie, we're gonna do this for you. So tell me a little bit more, Debbie, about your, you said nutrition coaching and health supplements. Now, do you do nutrition coaching for women, Debbie? So tell me a little bit more about who you do nutrition coaching for. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to type in our countries. So I'm going to type in United States, Canada, all right, and we're going to do United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, okay? And if I was looking for, Debbie, for people who are interested, so you said you're helping people eat healthier. One of the main programs you run is an 8-session program that finds out what nutrients that a person is lacking and needs more of. Great. So tell me a little bit more though, Debbie, about your specific target market. Like who's your ideal client? So are you targeting women? I realize you can help all people, but are you targeting some group of people in specifically? That would help a lot. Okay, and so in this case, I'm gonna start typing in some of the Western European countries. So let's go Germany. We're gonna go France, Netherlands, and let's do Sweden, Switzerland. Okay. Now you might, At first, Debbie, you might say, wow, you know what? I don't see me getting any clients from Netherlands or Sweden or Switzerland. First off, you never know, okay? Secondly, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna show you a couple of different techniques to help you target your customers. One with a very inexpensive page likes campaign, because you wanna get people to like your page first, and then you try to get them to your website, or to say sign up with a one-on-one first. So if they've never heard of you before, the first thing you want to do is try and get them to like your page. That's the easiest thing to do. So Debbie says men and women middle-aged, maybe they've had a recent illness, they're confused foodies. Okay, yeah, you are everywhere. So let's help fix this. So I'm just going to go 40 plus. Okay. And you said men and women. So let's just start out with something very broad. Okay, so let's just start out. People who are health nuts, or they are interested in more nutrition kind of advice, tend to also be health nuts. So let's just start out with my favorite place to go to, Whole Foods. Whole Foods Market. Okay, and so what I'm showing you here is I just put in one interest, just one. And now I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on page likes. Okay. Now I realize Whole Foods, I don't think they're in all of these places, but I just clicked on page likes. And what this does for us is it's going to give us some suggestions. Okay. So check this out. We're getting these suggestions here. Rock and Wellness, 12 tomatoes, avocado from Mexico, fruits, veggies, and more matters. Okay, that's not bad. Traditional medicines, not bad. Okay, so let's start off. Let's do something different. Let's do Dr. Oz. I want to find something that's going to give us a much broader audience. So I'm actually going to remove Whole Foods here for just a second. And let's take a look at what else it tells us. So if we look on page likes here, and I'm going to do one other thing. I'm actually going to bring this down to 30, because that's going to help expand our audience pretty significantly here. Okay, so we've got the Dr. Oz show. Let's try something else, because that didn't. I'm just going to do Dr. Oz, and there we go. Let's see if that changed anything. Okay, that helped a little bit. Okay, so that gets us some other options here. You can see Paula Dean, and in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a few others. So let me try a few other things. We're just going to type in wellness. Okay. And you can see here, it comes up with some suggestions like weight loss, but I'm just going to start off with wellness, alternative medicine. And then let's take a look at like health and wellness, like a broader category. Health and wellness. Okay, there we go. That should help. And then we can do women's health. Okay. And what I'm looking for, and I'm now going to just remove Dr. Oz here. Okay, there we go. That's helpful, a little bit more helpful here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put in an interest that will help you get some, that will get Facebook, let Facebook give you some good suggestions here. And one thing I just realized is as I'm doing this, it's not cooperating. It's not working quite as well as it usually does for some reason. And I'm not exactly sure why. But when you start putting in, usually when you start putting in some of these kinds of entries, it's going to give you some really good ones. But I think because I have too many countries in here, so let me try this. I'm just gonna remove a couple of these countries and see if that actually helps with what we're trying to locate here for just a second. I think that will actually help us a little bit. Okay, let's see, did we get anything better? All right, so we got rock and wellness. Wow, I'm really surprised that this has not given us really some of the best the best recommendation. So what I'm just going to do one thing, because I do know another one here that should help us. 100 days. 100 days of real food. Let's see if that, and let's just remove these other ones. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so now we're starting to get some good suggestions. So again, what's supposed to happen, and sorry that that was kind of a really roundabout way of getting to where we're trying to go, but really what's supposed to happen is you put in one kind of interest that you think your customers are likely to like, and then let Facebook make suggestions. Okay, so we got the 100 days of real foods. All right, so now, and you can see here like deliciously organic, super healthy kids, and let me see up here, we've got some of these other ones. We got the 100 days of real food, clean eating. I'm gonna type in, there's quite a few things that say organic. So let me start off, let me put in organic. All right, so I'm going to start there with organic food and see what else comes up. Okay, so traditional medicines, organic consumers, earthbound farm, that sounds pretty interesting. The other nice thing that you can do here, Debbie, is if you click here, you can take a look at what these interests are. So this is earthbound farm, food and groceries. This would definitely, people who like this page, I'm even going to like this page. People who like this page are likely to be interested in the kind of health and wellness that you teach. If you're helping people, you know, figure out how to get more nutrients, this would probably be a good one. Earthbound farm. Okay, so now I can type that in, so you can see it's earthbound farm. So let's see if it pops up. Earthbound farm right there. Okay, so I'm going to select that one. That was a good one. And so I can go down here and I can look at these. I can say food matters, and I'm pretty sure that that's a good one. I think that was that movie that came out. Yep. And there's 2 million people who like this page, and so probably people who like food matters are going to be people who would be good for you. So I'm going to type in food matters. All right, and there it is, the Food Matters movie right there. Okay, and so again, you see how the page likes just revised again. Organic Consumers Association, traditional medicines. I'm going to try traditional medicines. There we go, and let's do top 10 home remedies. There it is, and we can do. Here's our client, actually, Medical Medium. If you want to see the guy we helped get to the New York Times bestseller, he was on this list, and I think that one's actually probably a pretty good one. So you could even put that in there, Medical Medium. There you go. And so then it just really depends on what else you want to go through from there. So Debbie, what we just got for you now is you can see there's 10 million people who are over the age of 30 here on this particular list. Okay, so what I would do, Debbie, then is, and by the way, I'm going to ask for another volunteer here in just a moment. What I would do is you can click save and you can name this audience. All right, so you just click on the name of the audience. All right, so you go ahead and name it, and then once you're done with naming that audience, you click create ad, and then you can go right into the ad creation tool, and what it's going to do is it's going to save that audience that you just created, and now you can create an ad to that audience. All right, so let's say, for example, Debbie, now you wanted to start off a page likes campaign. You'd click promote your page. All right, so that's basically your next step after you create this audience. You click promote your page. All right, so I manage a lot of pages, so you can see there's quite a few other people in there, other pages in there, but you click that, and then it's going to take you to you click this next button. It says set audience and budget, and now what you'll see here is you see it pre-populates what you just selected. Okay, so you can see my 4 countries there, age 30, and here we go, people who are interested right here. You can see what they're interested in, and you can see that's a potential reach of 12 million people. All right, that's a lot of people. And I can even, for some reason, it's selecting some other business, entrepreneurship, and real estate. I'm going to unselect those here, but it's still going to keep these people who are interested. There you go. So that's 14 million people. Okay, and you can come in here and just say I'm going to spend $5 a day on my budget, and then go through and create your ad from there. So hopefully that's helpful to you, Debbie. And I just want to show everybody one other thing that's really cool, because Facebook has, with images, Facebook added these free stock images. So let's say you don't have your own ad created. So let's see if we can find, let's see. And so what it does is it lets you select from Shutterstock. So Debbie, if you're helping people eat healthy, you can now go in and select all these healthy kind of pictures, and that's you don't have to go and get any copyrights on any of the images. You don't have to buy any of the images. They're just all there for you. Okay, and so then I could just go into the text and I can say like health. All right, and then there's your ad. Bam. So 258,000 people like this. That's it. Is that helpful? Oh, good. Thanks, Debbie. Okay, let's help somebody else, because I love this stuff. This is just like fun for me. I'm a total geek when it comes to this stuff. Okay, so go ahead. I know a lot of people wrote what your niche was before, but do it again for me, please. I'm going to select a different niche. So we're not going to do health and wellness. So we're just going to move on. So whatever, thank you, big hugs back, Debbie. Whatever health and, okay, so I just want to read a few more. Cindy sells art. Haley does romance book. Rob does precious metals. Petra, you're a great person. Thank you, Petra. So are you. Carol, historical romance writer. Monette, local small business. Grieving women over 40. Thank you, Haley. Denise, can you create a lookalike audience from a non-competitive page? Yeah, pretty much, Denise, pretty much. Melinda, made to measure wedding dresses. Deborah, party entertainment. Angela, psychic hotline. Shelly, websites. Denise, cocktail. So, Angela, I'm kind of interested in this psychic hotline. This is interesting. So I've never tried this one before, so let's see if we can make it work. So what I'm going to do here is, let's just go back. So here, when you get to interest, you can type in anything. So I saw people typing in, it doesn't matter whether it's art or precious metals or finance or whatever. You can type in anything in here. And I want to see here, ESYCHIC, psychic reading. Let's start with that and see what comes up. So this is like psychic hotline, oh wait, you guys are writing too fast for me. So who? Sorry, who? Oh, Angela. Okay, so Angela, tell me a little bit more about your people. So I typed in psychic reading. All right, and so what it did is it's on page likes, and so it gives me these categories: Sally Morgan psychics, tarot professionals, angel messages by Corrine. So these are categories, and then I can go down here to the page: Doreen Virtue, John Edwards, James Van Prague, the Spirits Guides, and so on. Angel Channeler, and so on. Petra asked about, can I show you how I got to the page that I'm on? So remember, I'm just going to post this again in the chat. So you just go to facebook.com/ads/audience_insights. You know what? Because several people have asked that, let me just do one more thing. If you haven't already joined the event, I'm going to post this here. So hang on a second, everybody. Here is how you get to Audience Insights. All right, so if you haven't done this already, if you haven't joined our event already, go ahead and click join on the event here. I'm going to post the Facebook event link in the group. You can see here we have 1,400 people in this event. So let me get back to this now. We're going to go back to the audience insights. So hang on a second here, and we're going back to Angela. It's an angel reading hotline. So let's see if we can take, so let's try angel reading. Ooh, look at this, angel card reading, huh? Let's try that. So let's see if we took out psychic reading and just did angel card reading, look at this. We get angel card readings, pocket full of angels, tranquil waters, and so on. Now, just because, but you can see here, it dropped down to 100,000 people. That's a kind of smaller audience. So I would suggest you want to start typing in some of these things. So I would go back. Yes, I would put psychic reading back in. I would do things like tarot. Tarot readings, tarot professionals, tarot cards. Even if tarot cards aren't completely aligned with angel card readings, I would still type them in there because people who like those, that they will probably like the other. Same thing with like healing crystals, like this, healing light. All right, even things like energy therapy, okay, like that. All right, for example, okay, and so now, you know, when we just did angel card readings, we had 100,000 people. Now we have 3.5 million people over the age of 30 in these countries who like this stuff, Angela. So you can, once you do that, you can click this save button and name the audience. So I would name this like angel card readings, right? And so, and actually what I'm going to do is, because it was 3.5 million people aged 30 plus, right? This is sort of our naming convention because you can see how many of these things we do. So I always start with the number of people, 3.5 million people, 30 plus. Because it's both men and women, I don't specify one or the other. And I put an angel card. So now I know, I'm going to know what that audience is. So I'm going to click save on it. Now let me show you something that's really cool. So the audience, so you can see there, it was just saved. So now let's say I go back to my page and let's say I'm doing a post here. Okay, so this is for you, Angela. Let's say I'm going to do this post, and so let's say I did a post, and we're just going to pretend here with me. With this particular post, let's say it was for an angel reading. Okay, so you're going to sign up for your one-on-one angel reading demonstration with me. I can click here, I can click boost this post if I wanted to reach those people. All right, I can click boost post, and then I can select that specific audience here. Okay, so what I want to show you here is when you boost the post, you have three choices: people who like your page, people who like your page and their friends, and people you choose through targeting. Okay, so it's this last one. If you select this last one, you get this drop down here. All right, and there's so many people on the webinar that Facebook's moving a little slow for me, so please bear with me. But when I click this drop down here, you can see these audiences. Well, let's go all the way down to the bottom. They come in order, and oops, there it is. 3.5 million angel card reading right there. Okay, people over the age of 30, and so all that. So if I wanted to, if I wanted these people to see this post, and you know, just pretend it's not balloons, pretend it's, hey, this is an angel reading offering that I'm giving you. I can select boost post. Now, I do want to caveat what I just said with something very, very, very important. Boosting post is terrific for getting likes, comments, and shares. In fact, that is the only thing boosted post is used for. Boosted post is terrible if you're trying to get people to your website. Do not do a boosted post if your goal is to get people to your website. Boosted post is good only for likes, comments, and shares, okay? So, but I wanted to show you that because once you create and save an audience, you can save it through targeting there, okay? So I'm not gonna boost this one because I'm not particularly targeting those kinds of folks. But hopefully that was helpful to you, Angela. And Augie says real estate. So there's a lot of different kinds of real estate, Augie. So be much more specific. Are you a real estate broker? Are you a buyer? Are you an investor? Are you a seller? So give me some more specifics. So we did 1.5 million in real estate sales to customers we met on Facebook for our property in Costa Rica. So you can most certainly find people looking for real estate on Facebook. Petra, curious, how many people do you have on this webinar? Quite a few. I think over the course it'll be well over 100. Angela, you're welcome. And so let's see. All right, so let's do another one. So who else? Go ahead and put it in again. Tell us your niche. So who's your niche of who you're going after? And really doesn't matter what it is. So tell us who it is, and let's see if we can find your customers on Facebook. And so a couple things to note is when we're doing this, if my intention is to do a page likes campaign, and I want to get inexpensive Facebook page likes, then I'm going to go for an audience with millions and millions of people. I want 5 or 10 million people or more even. If I'm trying to find an audience of people who say, I want them to attend our live event that we have coming up in June in San Diego, I'm going to do a much more targeted audience. I am going to target local at that point, okay? And in fact, if you guys are interested, actually, if you're interested in learning about, we do have, now that I think about it, I might as well mention it. We do have a 2-day live event coming up called Attract Customers Now Live in June. If you're interested in getting details about that, type in the words live event. If you're interested in details about that, type in the words live event. Okay, so Carolyn does career and leadership coaching. Lynn is helping authors. So Carolyn, with career and leadership coaching, tell me for a moment, what would you write with career and leadership coaching? Give me an example. Tell me, what do you think would your people be interested in, your clients specifically? So with career and the career coaching here. And so a lot of people are asking about the live event. So hang on just a moment. I'm going to, let me go and I'll give you guys the link so you can, if you want more information about the live event, sorry, so many people asked for it here. I've got to, I'm gonna give you this link here. Click to say that you're going to the live event. So right here you can see Track Customers Now Live, and if you say that you're going, then you will get the updates automatically here. Okay, so it's June 23rd in San Diego. Click the going button to the live event, and I just posted a link in the Facebook group so that you can get updates, okay? So let me go back now to Carolyn. So yeah, Carolyn, so I know about leadership development or career development, but are you a coach for, hang on just a second, Carolyn. You do career and leadership coaching. All right, so let's try this. So we'll try this. Leadership development. All right, so if I click leadership development, and we'll go 30 plus here, and you can see in the United States it's kind of a relatively low number, but I'm going to click page likes, and let's see if we can make this much larger here. That's not so great. So that was leadership development. Let's do career development. And I assume, is career counseling the same kind of thing? So I'm going to remove leadership development here for just a moment. And, oh, wait, career development. Huh. Carolyn, your goal is to launch a group coaching program on empowering skills. Yeah, that's incredibly broad. So tell me who your real target, give me your ideal high paying client. So if you've had, one highest paying client, give me a description of that individual and what's the problem that you solve for them. Because just typing in career development, it's really, not pulling up the best. I don't know what, and it's weird that it's pulling up like some attorney and law groups and stuff. So it's really not pulling up the best kind of other things to write. Is there a name of a very famous person, or who's the most famous person that you would say does career development that your paying customers will have liked? Carolyn. So if not, I'll just move on. So let me know, because I'm not seeing, I need something better than just career development. Petra, will you show us, well, yeah, you're saying Brendan Burchard, but yeah, maybe, I mean, that's more like online marketing than anything else. We can try it. So here, I can show you as an example, and you're gonna get kind of like a common thing. Okay, Kathy. So you said something, Kathy Caprino, Caprino. No, unfortunately, she didn't show up. No, she's not showing up. I'm sorry. So give me somebody who is more famous than her, Carolyn. So Petra, I'll show you what happens when you put in, like a Brendan Burchard, and because he's more of like a internet marketer, you're going to get other internet marketers, Sandy Krakowski, Dean Graziosi, Zig Ziglar, and you're going to get people like Tony Robbins, and people who like those people aren't necessarily looking for career development coaching. And so, Carolyn, just because Kathy Caprino's on Facebook doesn't mean that she's going to show up here in the interest. So I'm going to move on. Let's go to, let's see. Faith says travel agency. So Faith, tell me a little bit more about the travel agency. Do you guys specialize? What travel do you specialize in? Do you specialize in traveling to a particular destination? Do you specialize traveling into a location, or what else do you have there, Faith? So one of the things, when you say travel agency, it's just going to be so broad. So what I would recommend is, tell me the niche for your travel agency. Is it to any particular destination? That's going to make a big difference. If you're helping people who want to travel to Africa versus people who want to travel to Italy, you're going to be targeting two completely different people. Okay, so let's just start off with, we have so if we type in travel agency, all right, so if I type in travel agency, it's just going to be super broad, okay? Because you'll see, Oasis Hotels and Grand Lucayan and Visit Mexico and Visit Jamaica. So you see, you'll have you'll have way too broad of of suggestions there. So. All right, I didn't hear back from Faith. So who else would like to try? Yosef actually has a really good point, Carolyn. When it comes to, if you're looking for people who are interested in career counseling, Actually, LinkedIn really is a better pool. I would just, is it Yosef or Joseph? I agree with what you just said. And Dave, child naming, can you be more specific? I don't really know what you mean by that. So let's go and see who else has a, oh, there we go, Faith. All travel, including air, accommodations, cruises, all inclusive. Okay, so again, Faith, I think that is going to be, it's way too broad, because all travel, I mean, what I would probably do is like, I would start off with like kayak.com. What are the other ones? Hang on a sec, like Orbitz. If you, whoops, I spelled that wrong. K-A-Y. So I would start off with looking at, if you're going to be that broad and that general, then what you're going to get is these really, you're going to need to, look at these kinds of things. So hang on a second. If you want to tell me some other agency type names, hang on a second. Let's try this. So you would do like Kayak and Travelocity, and I would do like Expedia. All right. And so if you're a travel agency, you probably hate these companies, but if you want to target these people who like these kinds of things, these are people who, are probably interested in traveling. There you go. For people who live in just the US, you've got 4.5 to 5 million monthly active people. So this is the problem when you go too broad like this, Faith. When you're going too broad, that makes it very difficult. So when you say anybody looking for any travel at all, it's just way, way, way too broad. So I would just recommend, if you specialize, or I would definitely recommend specializing in a particular area. So maybe there's a particular area, some particular niche that can help you narrow this down. So see if you can work on that. John, divorce coaching. Okay, so John, what's that alternative name for divorce that's kind of became popular recently? It was like conscious uncoupling, is that right? Let me see here. So let's start with something like this. So with the interest, so you type in, let's say, conscious uncoupling. Did I spell that wrong? Conscious. Let me see. Hang on just a second here. Trying to make sure that I spell this right. So, not copy and pasting. It's not pulling up uncoupling, interestingly enough. So let's just start with, okay, so we start with divorce, happily divorced. Let's see, I'm just gonna throw one of those in there. So I type in happily divorced, and then it gives me some of these other ones. So I don't know, like, I don't know if some of these other ones are any good. I don't know. I know a couple of the names, but I would probably write in divorced a few more times. So if you don't get it on the first one, you can type it in a few more times and see what else comes up with. When you type in something that's a big broad category like divorce, you can see here you'll get things that are way off base, like Big Lots. That has nothing to do with it. But when you type in something that's a little bit more narrow, like happily divorced, you get things that are a little bit better. So, by the way, this is not a perfect tool, as you can see, and so it does take a little bit of effort typing in and trying to find out what's going to work best. So you can't just stop at your first try. The best way to use this that I've ever seen is to come up with 10 different audiences. Okay, so we've got these, here's another audience, and if I want to save this, I would name it, happily divorced, and say it's 7 million people. And what you do is you take 10 different audiences and you can run your ads to these 10 different audiences to see which one came the best. So Teresa says Catherine Woodward Thomas came up with conscious uncoupling. Oh, okay. So let's see if she's probably in here. Did I spell her name wrong? Therine. Well, Erine. Well, I'm not seeing her. She's not popping up here. So not just because somebody's on Facebook and just because there's a Facebook page does not mean they pop up in the interests. And that's just unfortunately the way that Facebook is at this time. But I would focus on those kinds of things. And so Faith, if you now specialize in cruises, then you can type in cruises and work on this and come up with this. So here's how you use this though. When you go to create, I'm just gonna pop over to my here's like one of our page likes campaigns, for example. In fact, let me just show you. Let me show you something different. When you create a Facebook ad, let me see if I'm just gonna find one where we did a bunch of different audiences. Yeah, I think this is one right here. So here's what we do when we create a Facebook ad. All right, what you're looking at here is we basically create one ad and we run it to 10 different audiences. Okay, so in this case, we created an ad where we're giving away a free gift. All right, so this free gift is our whoops, I clicked the wrong one. This free gift is a calendar that we're giving away, and I'll show you. This is what it looks like. So this is a a marketing calendar that we give away. Okay, and what we're doing here is what I just showed you how to do. We went and created 10 different audiences first, and then we go and we create the campaign. We create one ad and we run it to 10 different audiences. And what that does for us here is you can see every single one of these, again, is a different audience. And what we're doing is we spend a little bit of money in the beginning to see which ones are going to be our best conversions, our best bets, okay? And then after about 24 hours to 48 hours, we know which ones are our winners. All right, and so here on this, this campaign, we've gotten 426 email addresses at on average $1.40 per email. But some of them were costing us more. Some of them were costing $1.70. This one was costing $1.38. This one's costing $1.35. But this one's costing $1.17. Right? This particular audience. Now I have no idea in the beginning which audience is going to be the winner. I never know in advance. But what I do know is if I just try to set up one ad with one audience, it pretty much never works. Meaning, I usually end up with a cost that is way too high. The cost just doesn't justify the expense. It might cost me $10 for one email. And but when I create that exact same ad and I run it to 10 different audiences, and you could see here, like this audience, we're running $5 a day, and this audience is $5 a day. So you don't have to spend a huge amount of money to figure out which is your best audience. And once we figure that out, then we can put more money towards these budgets, towards these particular ads. So I can show you here on this one. This is an ad that is being shown right now on mobile devices. So let me just show you the ad here. So it's the same ad that that I was just sharing with you for the calendars. And what we're doing is it's this one is being shown on mobile devices. So there's the ad. That's what it looks like, when it's on the phone. You can see it's got 751 likes, 40 comments, and all that other good stuff. So when you take this information that I'm giving you, when you go to create your audience, don't create one audience and then run an ad and expect it to work. That's just not how it works. You want to create 10 different audiences, and then you can run the ad to all 10 different audiences. So here's a great idea. If you're trying to figure out which ad is going to work, give yourself a $100 budget, just $100. So you're going to run an ad to just go back here to that screen. Okay, so let's go back to our original example. Let's say if I was going to run this ad and I wanted to get page likes. If you're a health and wellness consultant and I wanted to get page likes, I'm going to run an ad, and I'm going to create this one ad, and I'm going to run it to one audience. And then once I'm done, you hit place order. Once you're done creating the ad, Facebook is going to give you a big button that says create a similar ad. And you say yes. And you're just going to create the exact, you basically duplicate the ad and you make one change. You change the audience. And then you do that again. And then you do it again and you do it again. You do it 10 times. So for $100, you would run the ad campaign for $5 a day for 48 hours. So each one of 10 ads is $5 a day. So it's a total of $50 a day. So within 48 hours, you're going to run an ad to 10 audiences. You're going to spend $100, and you're going to have your winner within 2 days. And then now you know which is the best audience, who you're going to get the most page likes from. You're going to get the most clicks from, the ones who it's the right audience for you. Then those are the ones that you want to go after. So it really works well. If your page is blurry, you can just hit refresh, and that will help you. Okay, I'm going to be doing a training, and I just want to share this with you. If you guys really want to take your business to the next level, tomorrow, Wednesday, February 17th, I'm going to be teaching word of mouth marketing on Facebook. I'm going to show you how to grow your business with word of mouth marketing on Facebook. So this is the challenge that a lot of people are having on Facebook, is that we've been using Facebook like Google. And what I mean by that is people run ads hoping that other people on Facebook are coming there looking for our products and services. And the problem is, that's not why people come on Facebook. People don't come on Facebook looking for our products and services. People come on Facebook to see what their friends are up to. Now, if what your friends are up to are they just attended your webinar and they said, "Oh my goodness, this was the best webinar ever." If they just got off a strategy session with you and they go on Facebook and they typed in about how much incredible value you provided them. And I'll just show you what this looks like. So here's our ad. This is called viral word of mouth marketing. Here's our ad. You can see here it got 799 likes. Okay, and you can see here that it got 44 comments. And if you read the comments, they're all positive about Facebook ads. And so what you can do is you can do the same thing. When you're creating a post on your Facebook page, you can get your friends to like it and comment on it and to turn it into an ad. And by doing so, you're going to dramatically leverage viral word of mouth marketing, and you're going to get to do it on Facebook. So if you haven't done so already, click here to log into this training. It's free. And then the last thing I want to ask you to do is, if you like this information, if you thought it was valuable, please write the word value just in the chat bar. If you thought this info was valuable, please write the word value in the chat bar. And what you'll see on your screen, just on the lower right-hand side of the screen, there'll be a Facebook share button or a Facebook like button. go ahead and click on that. So that's how, if you thought that this was very valuable, please don't keep it a secret. Click that Facebook share button, and that way that will be you not keeping me a secret and me appreciating you. So if you want to show that hey, this was valuable and you appreciate it, just please click that Facebook like button or that share button, and I really appreciate it. So Carol, keep trying with your author stuff. Thanks, Timothy. Thanks, Yvette. Thanks, Carolyn, Kathy, Debbie, Value Baby, Deirdre, Ali, Stephanie Brown, Cindy. You guys totally rock. Teresa, Petra, Faith. Thank you all. Much love, and we will see you tomorrow live on our Word of Mouth Marketing 2016. So see you there. Namaste, everyone.